Big up everybody again. Yo, welcome back to another episode. I would just want to say, yo, give thanks for life. You don't know. Special thanks to those persons who have subscribed to the page so far, like the video, share, and leave your lovely comments. I really appreciate it. And I just want to encourage persons who are watching this video now just to click the subscribe button down below, like, share, and of course leave your comments as well. So yo, today is gonna be a mad vibes again. I'm going to be doing another review on another car. Yo people, now I'm gonna tell you what car it is yet. I'm gonna show you. You see me? Let's get into it. People, watch out. I wanted to give you some cinematics of the car before I actually go into the different areas and details of it. So I hope you like those cinematics, because that was basically a chance to introduce the car to you. So I'm going to go into the features, a few of the things that this car has to offer, and then I'll tell you what's going on for it. So yo, watch this. Alright people, as a quick breakdown of this car, it is a 2011 Audi A4 2.0 Turbo Quattro S-Line. You see me? And of course in the cinematics you'd have seen where I showed you a few clips where it showed the S-Line logo and all that stuff. But yo, this car is really compact. It's really a mixture between comfort, luxury, and just a great look. You see me? And of course I'm gonna go into the details as to different areas in a few, and I'll show you them. But of course this is a right-hand drive from Singapore. Of course it comes with 4 cylinders, fuel, gas. Of course it's an automatic transmission, but it also have a 7-speed paddle shift system. And of course this car have a lot of power, people, and I'm going to show you the engine room soon and give you some details about what power this car pushes out and a few more important details about this car. So yo, we're going to some more things about this car, see? Alright people, so first I want to mention of course that this car comes with a really small radio screen, but what I would say is pretty clear, it's pretty concise. It's about 4 inches, but it looks like it's about a 4x4 inch screen, or I'd say by a 4x3 inch screen, somewhere thereabout. But of course the screen is pretty small, but it is designed for easy visual, and basically you can see everything on the screen. Of course, each features that you go into will actually come up on this screen, and this car has a whole heap of features on it. If you look down here, this is the AC vent, which is right in front. Has an option to switch it off, so you can turn off the air from coming through, you know, without any issue. You know, some of the cars, they come with AC vents in front, like right in front of you like this, but you can't actually switch them off. Most of the time you could only switch the corner ones off, but the front ones also have a panel which you can use to turn it off if you don't want any air to come through here. So if you switch these things here, it will actually switch off the air condition or turn them on if you like. Down here has a lot of different buttons, and these buttons are for different functionalities. If you look over here, if you should click on radio, what that means is that radio would bring up all the features that the radio would offer in here, and different radio stations you can switch between. And of course, if you should switch on media, that would mean that if you are connecting external sources like an iPod or a USB plug or anything like that, it will give you the option here when you go on media. And of course, if you switch info will tell you if there's any reports generated from the car, anything like that, and then the info will give you that feature. Of course, this center panel here is what you use to control each feature. So if you go into radio, for example, and you turn the knob here, it will move the channels up and down, and by a click of the center piece, because the center part has a clicking feature, it will then select what you want. You have the return button, which can take you back to the starting page, or there's also a back and a forward button here. It comes with also a CD drive, which would load here, which is pretty cool. I mean, most of the built-in radios nowadays probably don't come with a CD drive, they come with probably a USB plug, or you know, but this one comes equipped with a CD drive if you want to play MP3s, and it also comes with features where you can attach an iPad and also, you know, USB plugs, which I'll get into a little bit from now. Over on this side, we have a few options. So like telephone would give you the option of connecting your phone to the actual car, so that's an option. And if you should click on the option that says car, what would happen is that it will give you a bunch of different features. So the same button I showed you earlier, which you can use to turn from one option to the next, it's like the control button for the screen. You can switch into different features from the exterior lighting, the oil level. So if you're driving, for example, over a period of time, you could go in here and you could check the oil level of the car and see what it's like. So really cool features in this car. You have the parking system, seat adjustment, and it gives you basically few options that you can select that would basically uniquely fit your comfort of the car. You know, it tells you about the windows, the windshield wipers, all of those things. So if I should go in the windshield wiper, it would tell you service position on or off and all of those kind of things. So yo, this car comes with some crazy features here that you'd really find really cool here. At the top here, you have the four-way indicator signal as well. In terms of the key system, the key, guys, is basically this. The key, I'll show you a little bit more about what the key function is about in a few, but in order for you to start this car, it doesn't give you a push to start option, but all you have to do is slide the key in this area, and once you tap it a second time, the car pretty much starts. So that's really cool and easy. And of course, on the dash clock, you have the temperature reader, speedometer, RPM gauge, and also a control screen in the middle. So for example, some of the features that you'd go into on this screen, if you should go into the features on it, it will come up in this screen. You know what I mean? So for example, if you go on the radio option, you can actually change the radio station from here, from FM to AM, and you can do some features here, along with other readings that you'll get when you're driving the car. You have a speedometer clock that basically goes up to 280 kilometers, and of course the gas gauge on that section. As you know, this is the S-Line. It's a really nice sporty steering. The steering wheel is really sporty and nice. It doesn't come with the S-Line logo, which would normally sit here, but of course the steering is the S-Line sport steering. Doesn't have the badge on it. Here we have the control mode, so this can tell you if you want to go onto radio, different modes as well, connect your phone, all that stuff. and this gives you an option from going up and down, which we'll also see inside the dash clock. Now on this side you have the control for the volume and also the speaking option as well. Now, really cool feature, this car comes with the same typical shifters where you can turn the indicator on and off. On this side it comes with the wiper functions here, where you can put the wiper on and off here. But here you have a control for the lighting system. So let's just say you want to go on the automatic lighting. So when you put on auto, it comes on automatically when it gets dark. You can adjust the features to suit your taste, you know. And the AC vent is there with a control to shut it off as well. Now if you look down where the shifter area is, you will find that in this car the shifter, I would say the emergency brake, is controlled by a single button. So this button here, if you push it down, it disengages the emergency brake system, and if you pull it up, it engages the emergency brake system. Now this button that says A, what it functionalizes that if you were to be in traffic and you were to, like for example, stop for a bit but you don't want to engage the emergency brake, you could press this button and it will basically stop everything for you until you accelerate. So once you put your foot on the gas, it will deactivate this function and you can basically drive just like normal. Here you have the traction control, which is on and off. It will show in the dash clock if you turn it on or off. And here you have 3 different drive modes. So right here is auto. This would be like the stock function where you just drive on a normal basis. If you want to do an auto comfort, you can go to the comfort app, which will give you an adjustment to the ride, to the suspension ride and everything. And if you want to go into what they would say an aggressive race mode, you would definitely go into the dynamic feature, which is over here. Shifter, of course, is pretty easy. It is, I said, it's an automatic transmission, but comes with a 7-speed Tiptronic paddle shift system. So if you should pull it down into drive and then flick to the left, you can do a gear shift up or a gear shift down, or you can use the paddle shift here to shift up and down, and it's 7-speed. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the horsepower that this car brings when I go into the engine room, and a little bit about the torque response, but at the moment we're talking about the interior now. So the shifter, pretty easy. You can go from the Tiptronic mode, or you can use the paddle shift to basically shift whichever option suits you the best. But of course, really cool feature. Dash clock, really cool, really nice. And of course, your cockpit section here, really sporty and nice, and it's something that kind of brings up the car in terms of what you look at. Because I know most of the cars sometimes they come with just, as I said, the speedometer and that's it. But if you're talking about the Audi, and the Audi is one of those cars that sits in the line of the BMWs and the Benz, so of course the features and the quality of stuff will be on a different level. And of course this one is how it sits right now. For persons who like armrests, I'm a big fan of armrests, and this car comes with a nice fitted armrest. The interior of this car is brown, and I'll show you the seats in a bit, but it comes with an armrest that can adjust back and forward. So if you want it to come further, you can actually adjust it as you want, or if you want it to go a bit back, you can, if you're going to use a cup holder system, which they have 2 cup holders here, and also a little slot where you can probably drop a few things here. If you pull the armrest up, you'll find that here we have a nice little space. There is a aux card, so if you want to plug like your iPhone in to play music, its function is there. And there's also right here where you have a cigarette lighter where you can put in like a charger to charge your phone, or you want to plug something in to use with the radio, it can use as well. So really cool feature here in the armrest section, and that is something nice. Now the seats in this car are pretty awesome. We're talking about a seat that has a lot of adjusters. It's brown in color. I love the color that the seats come in with the black of this car. The black with this seat is a really great combination. And here we have a few features. Now this button basically reclines the back of the seat back and forward. So if you look, seats auto recline back and forward. This one right here adjusts the seat forward or backward, and this car has a lot of leg room. When I say leg room, if you're 6'2", 6'5", no problem. The leg room is absolutely amazing, so you don't have to worry about leg room in this car. And then this button will basically adjust the back of the seat that your backrest on to give you either a deeper fit or a more compact fit where your back sits in the seat properly. So hey, really cool features on the seat that gives you some really nice option. The seat also have a section here where you can adjust the front of the seat, so you can adjust to get a little more resting area for your legs. So if you have tall legs, you can extend this seat out, or you can push it in depending on what your suiting is like. Of course, here it has the S-Line mark, so the S-Line logo on the door strip, which is quite cool. The trunk is open from here, so you can either open the trunk from the trunk area itself, or you can flip this button. And once you flip the button, the trunk will automatically open. You won't have to do anything else as well. Mirror controls, so the mirror controls on this side, mirror here this side, and then of course the lock system for the door here. I mean, people, as it relates to surround sound system, this car comes with 6 speakers, so there are 1 in each door, and there's 2 at the top of the door section. So right here is 1 speaker, so there's 1 on the passenger, 1 on the driver side. There's 1 speaker here, 1 on the passenger side, and same thing for the back doors. So when you turn on this music, it gives you an excellent surround sound system. Really cool surround sound. I'm talking about some really nice music sound. I think the stock music in this car is pretty impressive. You know, other than that deep bass line that you'd probably expect from a built sound system, you actually get some really good surround sound from this Audi, and that is really cool as well. In terms of safety, this Audi comes with about 9 airbags in this car, so it's pretty safe as well. If you look into the roof area as well, this is where you find the light panel. So you switch this switch, all the light panel comes on, which is pretty cool. There is a mirror on each side. Of course, there's one for the driver's side, and when you slide it open, there's a light that comes on over your head, just in case it's dark. There's one on the driver's side, and there's one on the passenger side. So once you slide it open, the light comes on automatically. You close it, the light goes off, and this is what it is here. Alright people, so on the door panel there's a nice grey trimming. Really love the grey trimming that stretches all the way around to the front. And also on the dash panel you have the grey strips. Of course, really cool. The dashboard, it's really nice material, nice solid material that looks like it's really heat resistible. So yeah, really cool. And of course the leather material on the seats, and also in the door section here are really synthetic leather that is comfortable, really nice beauty. And the interior for me in this car is a really sweet looking interior. No joke about that, people. Alright people, this is a lockable glove compartment. So right here is where you can actually lock the glove compartment, and I'm going to show you how you lock the glove compartment. So on the key itself, there's a little button that you press to release the key from this area, and once you release this key, all you have to do is put it inside here, and from you turn it, glove compartment's locked. Yeah, so if you want to lock your documents in the glove compartment, then you can lock your documents in, which is pretty awesome as well. And this key is the same key that you use to lock the seats in the back as well. So yo, another cool feature in this Audi A4. Alright people, so in the back area of the car, I mean the seats are really cool. It comes with some, you know, some mesh holders here. You can put like documents or stuff inside. It actually comes with an air conditioning unit at the back, so if you are in the car, it basically can transfer the air conditioning circulation a little bit more easier for persons who might be traveling in the back. And of course, if you're in the back and you don't want to have the AC too much on you, you can always use these to shut them off as you please. Now the back seats are pretty nice. The design, I think, is really nice. I like the design of the seat, and I can't just say the color of this seat is just perfect with this black Audi A4. Of course, it also have the window blinds, so you have the window blinds here that you can actually use. If you wind on the window, you have the window blinds here that you can actually use as well. And of course, you also have the hanger where you can hang like probably a jacket or stuff here. If you're somebody that basically does a lot of business meetings and all that stuff, you can hook or hang a jacket on this area, which is pretty useful for situations like that. And there's one on the right and there's one on the left. Now in this car, you also have the centerpiece that can actually come down, which I always love about cars. You have that centerpiece that you can break down, so there's two in the back. You can have a nice little armrest while you travel. This also comes with a nice little glove compartment here in the back, and this glove compartment here you can fit documents on your phone or anything of the sort inside. And it also comes with, there you go, a cup holder. And you know I am with cup holders. Cup holders is really important, and this Audi comes with some really nice cup holder, which is pretty impressive. I mean, all you have to do is just push it back in. There you go, and it's good to go. So nice place to rest stuff. Cup holder there at the back. Now people, not many sedan cars are able to do this, and I'm going to show you something about this Audi which I find really, really cool, and it's the fact that you can actually recline the seats. So two clips at the corner, yeah, and there you have it. The back seats can easily be reclined. So if you're traveling with luggages, you're traveling with golf clubs or anything that might have a long length to it, and you want a little bit of extension, this will give you just that. I'm going to show you in the boot in a few so you see what the boot is all about. But yo, the fact that the seats I can break down, that's something awesome. And there's something else cool about this seat as well. If you look right here, you will see a key system here. Now what this is that there's a key that you can use to close the back seat, so you can close it. So if you got stuff in your trunk is locked, let's just say you have valuables in the trunk, somebody break into your car and they come here, they cannot go in if you lock the seats. How cool is that? Yeah, that is something that's awesome. So yo, really nice feature about the back of the car in the Audi A4. Alright people, this car, the gas tank is on the right, same side as the driver's side. You don't have something to open it from inside. All you have to do is push the gas tank, nice and easy, it opens. So really easy to open gas tank. Really cool stuff. So I'm gonna actually pull the trunk and show you what's going on. Yeah, so inside here we have a reflectable stand. So for example, if you should have a puncture on the road or any issues, you can use this as a reflector to indicate that there's something wrong, so persons can see from a distance that there's an issue, and that can indicate that stuff. The boot space is pretty big. When I say big, it's big. It's a really large boot space. Let me try to get a clearer view of the boot. Boot space is pretty big. It can fit about 2 large suitcases and 2 small ones, and probably some small bags, so that's good. And when you break down the seat, there's a much more extensive view and more space for you to use. So I'm gonna actually break down the seat to show you what it looks like when it's broken down, so you know how big the trunk space is. All right people, voila, this is the trunk space you will get extensively to the back seat here. Now bear in mind, if you do this, you will not be able to take anybody in the back seat, but this is for purposes of when you're probably bringing a lot of things. Now I mean, bear in mind, you might not use this extensive, but I was saying if you probably like carry golf clubs or any stuff like that, you can actually reduce the back seat and you have this huge trunk space. Now with this extension, you can fit a whole deal in this trunk, which is something pretty awesome. Now of course, if you open this area, you will find that it comes with a spare tire. It doesn't come with a repair kit, it comes with a spare tire. And underneath the spare tire is where you find the lug tools, the wheel keys, and interestingly, guys, that's where you find the battery. That's where the battery sits in this car. So the battery is not in the engine bay, it's actually sitting in the trunk. And when I go into the engine bay, I'll show you something else that is correlated to the battery inside that area. So under this area is where you will find all of that stuff. Alright, I like the trunk of this Audi. It gives it somewhat of a look of a ducktail. So I'm going to show you from this angle. If you look on the trunk a little bit, you will realize that it has a little push at the edge, like a little extra extension. You know, gives it a nice little look at the back. So yeah, really like it. The tail lights are pretty LEDs. LED looks like the tail light, like how they shape, and it actually comes with a groove at the side, like a nice seam that projects all the way down to the fender. So nice seam at the side, projects all the way down to the fender, and it also has the sensors on the door where you can actually open the car. Alright people, so as for the wheels on this car, it is sitting on some 18-inch wheels, and it has on some 245/40/18 Michelin Pilot Sports tire. As you know, Michelin makes some really awesome tires, good for wet and dry condition. So yo, these tires are top brand, top notch, and this Audi is sitting on 4 of them in excellent condition. It also has a strip just below the door panel, which we would call like the running board, a kind of a projectory strip. Looks really cool. If you look at it, you can see from this angle that it projects a little bit off the car, and it gives the side a little bit of flair with it. So you know, if you have this on your car and you know you have this Audi, you could actually probably do it in a different style, probably put it in a gunmetal to kind of highlight it a bit. But for this one, it comes full black, but if you look close, you can see that it projects a little bit off the side of the car. See at the side as well, you will see that there is the S-Line badge on the side. So on the side of the car, there is a S-Line badge, which tells you which line of Audi it is. Really nice badge as well. In the rear view mirrors, you have the indicator lights on the rear view mirror, so that's also a feature on the mirror as well. Alright, so the headlights in this car is pretty unique. They are really nice headlights, of course pretty bright as well at night, and it comes with also the bumper light at the bottom. The grille, as you know, really nice grille at the front with the Audi sign in it, and it comes with some projection on the bottom of the bumper, which kind of gives it like a sporty look, a real nice sport look on the front. So yeah, the front of this car gives you that nice mean look to it, and of course this is what the Audi A4 bumper front area looks like. Alright people, I hope you're enjoying it so far. You know, I hope you're learning something about this Audi, in case you didn't know. And I'll go inside the engine bay now. Alright people, this is what the engine bay looks like in the Audi. It comes with the nice size engine cover with the Audi TFSI tag on it. Few little bits and pieces here. I noticed that the oil filter sits at the top in this Audi as well. And of course, this Audi, of course, it's a 4-cylinder car, 4-cylinder turbo, and of course it comes with a 211 horsepower. You understand? 211 horsepower. Once the turbo kicks in this car, you will have a basically response of 258 foot-pounds of torque. So yo, really massive torque on this car. I mean, 258 feet-pounds of torque is something really nice. And of course, when I drove this car, you can actually feel the torque when you accelerate in this car. No joke about that, people. It actually moves off really quick, and it can go from 0 to 60 in approximately 6.5 seconds. Yeah, really quick car, and of course it has a lot to offer, especially when you switch into that manual mode and going with that 7-speed paddle shift. You'll definitely get some real power from this. In terms of gas efficiency, you can get about 22 miles per gallon in built up areas, but of course on the highway you probably get approximately 30 miles per gallon in this Audi, which is not really bad. If you have a manual one, or if you go into the manual mode, you probably will save a bit of fuel based on how you drive it, but not really bad for the power that this car puts out as well. All right, interestingly, in this Audi, if you should basically have a dead battery, so that's for argument's sake, your battery runs on and you should give this car a jump start. Though the battery of this car sits in the trunk, you would have to jump start it from inside the engine bay. So right here is where you find the negative terminal, yeah, and inside here is where you find the positive terminal. So they're pretty far from each other, very separate. But if you were to jump start it as you would normally do on other vehicles, you don't have the battery in the engine bay, it's in the trunk, but you don't jump start this car from the trunk, you do it from the engine bay. So that's really interesting for the Audi as well. People, mad car, mad. Yo people, trust me, car is on a whole nother level, you see me? Sorry I couldn't show you clips of the pulls I did in it, but I can tell you it drives sweet. We're talking about comfort, we're talking about torque, we're talking about the whole ride of the car. The seats are comfortable, the whole vibe that it gives you is on a different level, people. And yo, it's definitely something that I would recommend for persons that are looking for comfort, you're looking for a sporty look, you're looking for a little bit of speed, and you're looking for a little bit of luxury. You definitely you can't go wrong with this Audi S-Line. And of course, nice car as you can see in the different things I showed you. So yo people, I trust that you enjoyed this vlog. I hope you find it very informative, very interesting. I hope that after watching this vlog you would have learned a little bit about an Audi, and specifically an Audi A4 S-Line version. Yo people, love the vibe. Yo, nice experience to really get a chance to basically feature and of course do a review on one of these luxurious cars. And you don't know, a lot more to come, people. And as I said, just continue to like, share, subscribe, leave your comments, and turn on your post notifications bell so you know when I drop a next video. And people, just continue to support, you see me? Many respect to those persons who are supporting, and for those who have subscribed to the page. Yo people, just continue to stay safe. Until next time, be good, and you know we're out. Boom. People, drive good, drive really good, I'm telling you.